Hey guys, let me get rid of this here. Alright, so Loogy-man, a little update. And I'm gonna throw some things in there for you guys. So, how does it go? So last night, the problem is in my brain. I am trying to figure out how to work this OBS with Zoom. So I'm thinking about that, and I can't remember what the fuck I was going to talk about, but it's coming back. So, okay, 3 or 4 days ago, in the illusion, the spirit world, I created. Well, I didn't create. My soul did, and I'm going to tell you how it happened, how I saw it happen. So I was talking to JC, and he's talking. Well, he wasn't talking. No one was helping me fight the Loogy-man putting that damn thing in my throat. And I get the tingles right here in my throat, which is your throat chakra, communication, but it's the loogie. So the loogie presses on it, goes into my head, down my spine, whatever. So 3 days ago, that was happening. No one would come and help me. And I was laying in bed, laying in bed. And all of a sudden, I saw two hands come out from underneath my ribs, my soul's hands. And he started going like this. And he was making something. And he was putting pieces into it. And I'm watching him, I'm going, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he's just real fast. Like putting pieces into this little bowl. What I thought was a bowl. And I felt it was like magnets and gears and things. I don't know. Anyway, he built this UFO, but inside the UFO, it was a little disc UFO. 2 plates on top of each other. But inside it, there was all these things like gizmos and gears and whatever. And I'm like, and I never thought of that in my brain ever. Like, oh, I do C5 and UFOs and everything, but I never thought I'd build one. He built this thing, and I go, what the fuck? So it's sitting there, and I go, what does he do with it? What do you do with it? And all of a sudden it takes off and goes, and it spins really high rate of speed. It takes off into the illusion, into the darkness. And I'm like, damn. And then I just got the impression, do that. And when when you see the Loogy-man and he's abusing you, hit him with it. Run right into him. So basically, I did. It took no time at all for the Loogy-man to show up. I hit him and cut his fucking arm off. Then it come back and it's spinning. I go, what else does this thing do? And all of a sudden, 6 little arms came out of the disc. The disc is round, but 6 little arms came out, and it was spinning. And it was going so fast, I couldn't even see the arms. Like it was all, and my soul was showing me this. I'm like, where the hell did you learn how to do that? That's how much you don't know about your own soul. So I'm like, dude, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll see what this can do. I forgot about it. I started using my dogs because I created the dogs here with my soul. So I created the dogs, and I used the dogs against the Loogy-man. Whenever he attacked me, and I'm like, fuck, I got that thing. So I zoomed it away into the illusion, wherever. It doesn't even matter where it is. Fucking Pluto, in our deep space 9. I don't fucking know, but it was gone. The reason I made it gone is so no one could find it. No one would know I have it until I needed to use it. Well, I've even forgot about it. All of a sudden, last night, Loogy-man's pounding me for hours right before I went to bed. And I'm thinking, I gotta get rid of this fucking guy before I go to bed, or he's gonna be right in me, screwing with me. So what I did was, I laid down in bed and I'm going to sleep, and he wasn't around. There was no loogie penetrating me. I checked inside, and also all day, I got this Eureka yesterday before I went to bed. I got this Eureka moment. It's like, how does this fucking guy know where I am when they say he can't see me? Well, this is what it was. He put links inside me. Links. Thread, like a thread. Fishing line. And whenever you talk to him, a link goes into you. Into your head, into your spine, wherever. So every time I had to fight or talk with this guy, he'd be putting links in me. And that's the problem. So what I did was this. I went inside and I separated, I pulled back like that, and I told myself to see the links. I saw all the links and I started cutting them. Now they're on different levels, and it's every day, cut the links, push them away, don't talk, cut the links in your brain, in your spine, in your chest, wherever, in your throat. Keep cutting the links, but you got to tell yourself to see the links. And he couldn't find me. He's having a hard time finding me. And there was nothing around. Christ was in me last night when I went to bed, and he wasn't doing nothing. So I fell asleep. I woke up at 2:45, and I see him at my old house. Now, we had just moved yesterday to a new house. So I don't even know what this new house looks like. I'm sitting on the sofa, because all we got is a sofa in the living room. And I can see the Loogy-man looking from the illusion over top of our old house where we were. Now, I don't know what he was looking for. Me, my kids, my wife, or just leftovers, cool things that he could grab before that he could grab. Like, because we had boxes of Tina and the kids, they had boxes and boxes of shit getting ready to move for today. They had to move it today, but we're sleeping at the new house. So what happened was he was looking in the house. I could see him over top of the house, looking in the house. I'm like, you son of a bitch, right? So he's going through our stuff, looking for something he can use against us, or whatever his little whatever he does. Christ is still in me. Christ is still in me. I'm like, fuck, how do I get this guy? My dogs. So I get the dogs. I get the two dogs. They run right for him. They grab him. They grab him by one grabs him by the neck, the other grabs him by his feet, his leg, and they pull him up. They pull him up. So I wanted to make sure before I tear him apart, the dogs were the same way. Whatever you want the dogs to do, they'll do it. You created them, and it's in the illusion. So the dogs are pulling them. I'm consciously awake in my bed. I'm conscious. So the dogs are pulling them out of sane illusion, and pulling them into the illusion, the main illusion. So as soon as he got into the illusion, I just rip into him. I go, bang, they're ripping him. Like, he's like, oh, help me. Jesus, help me. And I'm fuck it. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. And all of a sudden I remembered the little disc thing with the UFO. So I just thought of it, and whap, it comes back right out of nowhere. I don't even know where it was, but I needed it, and here it comes. So it comes right at him, and I don't want to hit my dogs. Christ, they're doing a job. So I hit him in the guts, and I cut him. And I said, well, I'm going to do that spinning thing on him. I'm just laying in bed. I'm going to do that spinning thing on him. And I don't think, this is like fantasy. It's like fantasy, but this is what, it's like fantasy, but it's real. And the more you know it's not fantasy, and you know the world you're working in, it's even better. So I hit this guy. Then I wanted to know what it was when it was spinning and the little things came out. And it looked like, I don't know. Imagine a little spoon, like a spoon came out. And it was spinning so fast, but it had meat hooks on it. Little daggers, little meat hooks on a flimsy cord. But it was spinning so fast it looked, you couldn't see them. And so I took this thing. It was like about this big. It ain't that big. Just round. And it's spinning. and wham! I went right in his chest, right into his gut, and it's inside him now. And then I sprung the fucking little spinning finger things, whatever they were. They looked like little meat hooks, and I spun it around, and shit went flying everywhere. Guts and pieces went flying. I went right from his bowels all the way up through his head. Ripped him apart. My dog came back. I didn't even know. My dog came back and standing there looking at me with a fucking leg in his mouth. I was like, yeah, buddy. I took the thing. Loogy-man was screaming. He was screaming like a bitch. And he was screaming and screaming. And help me, help me. And all of a sudden he went quiet when all the guts came flying out. And basically, the dog came back with a leg. I didn't even think about that. It's cool when you don't think about something and it happens. That's how you know you get confirmation, right, that this is real. So anyway, the dog came back, and I'm thinking, and he's laying there, and all I see is like a pile of confetti and stuff, guts and skins and everything, just laying there, and he's going, right, and I couldn't hear him anymore. And so, next thing I know, the main Jesus, the guy that was taking care of me, he comes running. He hasn't been around for a fucking week. Hasn't been around for a week, but he comes running because this guy, the Loogy-man, got attacked by me. And I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? I thought you quit. I thought you got me this new Jesus and you quit. God damn it. So, turns out, he goes over there, picks up Loogy-man, rushes him to the hospital. Rushes him to the prison hospital, right? And I'm just like, oh, I get to go to sleep loogie-free, right? So I'm like, fuck you, good night. I'm going to bed. And all of a sudden, I go inside myself, and my subconscious is going, snake above, snake above, snake above. There was a Christ that's been taking care of me all day, and he just stands behind me, and he puts his hands in the back of my neck, and the Christ love and all that, and he squeezes me, and he protects me from Loogy-man, supposedly, right? He ain't doing a shit lousy job. And this is the fill-in guy. This is the fill-in Christ for the main Christ that just came running to take Loogy-man back to the prison hospital. My kids and wife and I tell my kids and wife, I just saw the guy there, so I got the dogs and I tore him up. And I didn't want to mention the fucking UFO thing. The disc that shredded them to pieces. I didn't want to even mention it because I know they take it away from me. Oh yeah, well fucking take it. Christ will take it. So, this is what happened. From what I remember, I'm explaining to Tina and the kids that he was looking around the house. I thought it was this house, but it was our old house, and he was looking around our old house. So Tina got all pissed off. I got my shirt inside out. I think. No, I don't. I usually do. Anyway, she was upset. The kids were upset, wanting to know what he was doing at the old house. And I go, stealing her shit. What else would he be doing? No one knew he was there. But maybe this guy Christ did. But my subconscious, right after they took him to the prison medical place, my subconscious screaming, snake above, snake above, snake above. And I yelled out to Tina, I go, hey, I think the Christ that's taking care of me is one of them snakes, another snake. And also, the teacher, what's her name, Beatty or whatever, she was sitting there looking inside my head, watching what would happen. Okay? All night. I didn't know it because she's silent. She just sits there watching. That's what she does. And when I'm attacking, when I got my dogs and the disc to attack Crazy Man, she started screaming about the disc. And I'm like, fuck. because this is what they want to know. That's why she's there, to learn my abilities. And it was probably a setup for me to attack him. The whole thing was probably a setup for me to attack him. But my subconscious in my head starts yelling. And it's a different voice from my soul's voice, my innocence voice, and my soul. Two different things. He's going above, snake above, snake above. And I knew what he meant, because it's Jesus Christ that's been taking care of me. So I went to the big Jesus Christ that's running around going crazy. I go, look, my subconscious is saying snake above, snake above. Beady girl, teacher girl, she goes, yeah, we know he's a snake. We know there's... Tina goes, yeah, we know he's a snake. I'm like, everybody knows he's a snake but me? And they go, yeah, he was in prison. She goes, he was in prison. We're using him to set you up so we can find out about you. Christ is using prisoners, ex-Christ that want to get better. He's using them to do his psyop on me, which is to find out what my abilities are. And other things, whatever that may be. And the truth behind the case of me putting Loogy-man in fucking jail for 62 years. He's even got more than that coming, because my soul found out that he killed 4 people in a past life, lied to Christ about it, and became a Christ. And Christ didn't catch it. Richie did. My soul. Which he has, they need more evidence or whatever. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but he's got to go to court for that. Or he's being judged by Christ with that. Or whatever the fuck it may be. I don't... That's a whole different thing. And I'm not involved in that. I mean, other than my testimony and how I found out, which is probably why they're doing this big fucking psyop on me to find out my abilities. I don't even want these fucking people. Oh my God. Christ in my head. BD teacher girl. I got a fucking snake coming in my goddamn throat. And I go, well, who's the other snake? They wouldn't tell me. Tina wouldn't tell me. Christ wouldn't tell me. Nobody would tell me, but I knew it was another Christ. I just fucking knew it. Because he's a Christ taking care of me. He's a snake. I mean, in order for you to be a king cobra snake, you gotta be like a Christ or an ex-Christ. So anyway, I don't know who the other Christ is, but Christ grabbed him as soon as I found out. My subconscious told me, and I said, Christ that's taking care of me, Jesus Christ that's taking care of me is a snake. He went and grabbed him and said, come on, we gotta go. And he goes, oh, for Christ's sake, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you've been made. He goes, you don't even want to know what this guy's going to fucking do to you. Which is me. And I'm like, yeah, because it was coming. The disc is flying. I flew the disc away. So everybody's paranoid about it. I go, look, you're abusing me. I use a disc. And, you know, even if it's a little kid, I'm not going to use it. If he stabs me 100 fucking times, I'm not going to use this thing to tear him up. And then I go to sleep. After all that, I just go back to sleep. I wake up again around 5 a.m. And I'm laying there and I go, hey. And I'm going, Tina. And we're all in this new house. I don't even know the way, or I don't even know a room. I'm laying on a sofa in the living room, big giant living room. And I'm going, hey, about Loogy-man, what the fuck? She goes, he can't sleep. He can't sleep. Elizabeth said, he can't sleep. He can't sleep. So about the Loogy-man, because he's in the hospital and he can't sleep. And I go, why can't he sleep? Jesus, the main Jesus, he chimes. I didn't even know he was there. He chimes in and goes, he can't sleep because you tore him up in so many pieces. He can't sleep. He has nothing to sleep, or whatever that means. I don't know. He goes, he's in so many pieces laying in that bed that he can't fall asleep. He has to stay awake to heal. And I'm like, holy shit. So that's how I get myself to bed every night. And he goes, give me the disc, Rich. Give me that disc. I'm like, hell no. This is my fucking ultimate defense. It took me 4 months of abuse, machine guns, fucking inquiries and judges and courts and fucking everything just to get this guy off my back. And I finally found a way to get this guy off my back. And then he goes, give me the disc. I need to know it. I need to know everything about it. And I'm like, fuck off. I just made it. And he goes, no, you didn't. You sold it. and new technology and all that shit. I go, I don't even know how it works, but it works. I don't give a fuck. Just let me have the goddamn disc. She goes, give me the fucking disc. And I'm like, no, man, you're not getting it. I wake up again, 6 o'clock, and I'm sitting there, Jesus, Tina, me, at the table. Jesus got the disc apart with all these sphere or round pieces sitting around on the table. And I'm like, that's my fucking disc. And he goes, yep, we got it. We tore it apart. And I'm like, and all of a sudden, I was talking to them. And all of a sudden, I seen my little hand. He went out, whip, 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 stole 3 pieces. 3 little pieces. So it ain't going to work for them without them pieces. I'm like, you got it, buddy? Yep. And they probably know about it. But it turns out Christ goes, you made a contact with Christ. You made a contract with Christ when you needed Christ 12 years ago. And Christ rules the fucking game. You got to give it up. And I'm like, good. I go, somewhere in the contract, I'm sure I was supposed to be protected against abuse by Christ. And he goes, yeah. And I go, well, I'm being abused and Christ ain't helping. So this time, and I told him I'm making another one. I'll make 50 and hide him in the fucking illusion. I go, fuck it. I go, you ain't protecting me from the ego. And the problem with Christ is they don't see the loogie, because the loogie is a fucking invisible skin, like a condom, but clear. You can't see it. So Loogy-man's sitting in fucking jail, and the fucking loogie's going, coming out of the illusion. So you only see a little piece of it, and it's going in my fucking throat. They don't see it. I gotta scream. Christ's gotta come. I gotta take his hand, put it in my throat like that, and so it's going like this. You know what I'm saying? So this is my throat. This is a loogie trying to hit me. I gotta take Jesus Christ's hand and put it there at my throat, go up and down to find the loogie, and all of a sudden it goes, and he goes, holy shit, there it is, there it is. I go, yeah, motherfucker, there it is, every day for fucking 4 months. Get the guy. So what Christ does, he goes over there and talks him down. Don't put the loogie bitch, it's not a good thing. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, shoot the fucker in the head. Stop him. But I'm thinking, okay, Christ is going to do his thing. So that's, everybody's doing their own little parts. Now, ego me is a protector, the fucking protector against bad guys, especially my innocence and my kids and my wife. When I come into the game, it's machine guns, bullets, and hand grenades. And plus some psychology and disc that spins around real fast. And choose this guy up. So I finally got a device that can beat this fucker. And I get some sleep. He's still in the hospital this morning. I felt a little bit of loogie, so he is healing. He's getting better. He ain't slept yet. So he has to stay awake. So I'm thinking, he had to stay awake since I ripped him apart with that machine, which was a long time. You get tired. So it's been like 6 hours. And he's still healing. Then he's going to have to go to sleep after that. I don't know how long. But as soon as he goes to sleep in his body, he leaves that body and goes in the illusion. Now, I tagged him in the illusion with the machine. So how does that work? Right? I don't know. Fuck. Like unless the body. See, my thing is, because I only know my body, physical body, and my astral state, my soul state. When you're astral traveling and shit, you leave your body. I know that. Now, how does the soul, based in St. Illusion, reality, whatever, when it sleeps, it disappears. So the whole body goes, but there's no like soul flesh, so the whole soul disappears. if that's the case, then I could see he was looking in our house, and I ripped him to pieces. But all the times before, and all the crates before, like all the crates before, I'd attack him and shoot him. I would fuck them up really good, blow their fucking head clean off with a shotgun. 10 rounds of a shotgun in their chest and their head, and they'd be in the hospital from the illusion. I can't do this in St. Illusion, or I get in real bad trouble because I'm a repeat offender. But I don't know where the fuck I wake up. All I know is attack. So if I'm in St. Lucia and I wake up and attack with a fucking shotgun, well, cops are going to be on me in a minute, right? It's messed up, man. You got to know where you are. So I guess the whole, what you are in St. Lucia, which is just like this, just as real as this shit. Cell phones and computers and fucking people. As soon as you lay down and go to sleep, you disappear. You go into the illusion. St. illusion, you just still disappear, but you're in the St. illusion. The illusion, okay, so the illusion is like forever nothingness, outer space. Look at it as outer space. It's an illusion. Anything can happen there, unless you're in a bubble of another civilization or something. Then you got to go by their laws. So what you do is, when you're in the illusion and you're traveling through nothingness, anything can happen. It's no man's land. As soon as you come to a city called St. Lucian, let me see your guns. You can come in, but don't fuck around. Don't do this, don't do that. Here's the papers. Here's a list of shit you can do, and here's the shit you can't do. And then you got to get quarantined for fucking 8 hours, and they blast you and get all the loogies out. Diseases and parasites and shit. Make sure you're good to go. And then you can go into St. Lucia and fuck around. That's the way it works. But usually, I don't know. Fuck. Anyway. So I got the Loogy-man. I got him. And I finally got a defense against him. So I got to get my soul to make me another one. Because I don't know how he made it. I don't even know how he knew how to do it. But goddamn, I was controlling it. And that is nice. Because I'm the one who's getting my body, my fucking soul. But whoever made the thing with the arms, putting it together real fast, I'm like, holy shit. That screwed me up. I've seen it before, but I'm never really not that good. So is it like another part of me? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, guys, so that is what happened last night. And it's pretty interesting. That's why. And plus, I wanted to make this OBS and Zoom and see how it worked. So I'm going to see how it works. I hope it's loud enough. I hope you can hear me. I know I gotta I should buy a microphone, a nice big ass microphone. Good sound quality. Even the video quality is crap. You know, you got hot spots, white. Just stay balanced out nice at all. I don't know what you got to do to get a nice video quality. Better. Anyway, so I'm maybe either today or tomorrow I'm gonna do another video with Dan. Hopefully we can get something. Oh, I'm the guy that has all the questions. I'll make a video for you right now. What the fuck? There's nothing. I'm watching Bill Burr comedy. It's like 3 hours long. Podcast. Bill Burr podcast. It's funny as all hell. But fuck, there's so much to listen to. And it gets so, you can listen to so much. So, guys, talk to you later. And this is where I cut it, I guess. So, bring up that. Stop recording. Yeah, so I gotta stop recording on the OBS and not Zoom. I just end Zoom because I'm not recording from Zoom. Jesus Christ. You think they'd make this fucking easy for people? And there's a way I can incorporate Zoom right into OBS. But fuck if I know how to do it. I ain't even gonna bother. You ever try going live on Facebook? On a computer? Forget about it. You gotta be a rocket fucking scientist in nuclear physics to figure that shit out. Fuck. Okay, later guys. Stop it.